So were you, Takara, principally in charge of kind of approaching, I guess there's a few aspects to this. One is just sponsors. Hey, we got this idea, or, you know, getting advertisements and such sprinkled out, but the other's places to carry it. I'm trying to find it. I know on your LinkedIn you have this awesome, I think it was at the 1 year anniversary, and it was kind of a reflection piece.
Yeah.
Where you're kind of going back and in a way putting a spotlight on, like, you know, this was not that easy.
No.
And I've had
it was
I
so
just
hard.
posted, like, I'll have people on where we kind of talk about how, hey, you know, Huntsville's awesome. We're so welcoming of new people, and if you want to be involved, you can be involved. And maybe that's just more on the nonprofit side, or you want to volunteer your time. Great, you've got some ideas of great capital improvement projects or economic development projects. But I guess there's a difference when it's that there wasn't that warm welcome, if you will, to this idea. In fact, even one store owner laughed at you.
Totally.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
What's the pitch that ultimately they scoff at or they laughed at when you first went in? Give us an idea of what that looked like.
I think that what that particular person did was he just said nobody reads magazines anymore. Nobody, you remember the last time I subscribed to a magazine? And he just laughed. But he did have like a colleague or a family member beside him, and we gave him the magazine. He actually picked it up. He was like, wow, this is actually really nice. You should look at this. And he was like, nah, I don't want to look at that. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's all I have to comment on that.
So it's just more of the idea of, from a business perspective, what do we, it's one thing for you all to get involved. It's another if anybody wants to pick it up, because that's just a dying industry is what basically the way they're looking at it. It's too risky.
I think there's two factors. So there's that perspective for sure, right? People are, they're coming in thinking they may confuse or mix, say, a local magazine like Huntsville Magazine or, Nashville or Memphis Magazine with something like Time or Newsweek, right? And Time or Newsweek, they're never coming back to what they've done, right? Anything like that where it's mass market, it's a cheaper thing, and anything that you can actually get on your phone like that in a timely manner, no, it's done forever, right? But hyper local, high quality publications, completely different thing. So I think part of it is just they have a correct understanding that Newsweek is dead and is not coming back. But they've just mixed in hyper-local city magazines and things like that with that, which is actually the opposite. In most markets, magazines like this have grown steadily for the last 10 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Because we're proud of the communities we come from, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
And spotlighting local businesses, community members, pets, children, new store openings, like that's all compelling content. You want to know about your city, and you want to know where should I go and eat. Like, oh, there's a new restaurant down the road, I want to go to it, I didn't even know about it. Like, that's important stuff to know. So yeah, I think that what we offer is compelling stories. And when you look through the pages of Huntsville Magazine, like it's actual stories, and we pay close attention to our ad to story ratio. So I don't want anyone picking up our magazine and saying, oh, it's just all ads. I want you picking up Huntsville Magazine and saying, oh, there's actual stories in here. A lot of them.
Yeah,
I'm going to sit down and actually read these. That's something that it's very intentional. What we do with, how we lay it out, and our ad to content ratio is really important. And having a thick magazine as well is pretty important.
Yeah, I think that's about the experience of it as well too. So, I mean, I love my phone. I mean, I'm on that, like everyone. I'm on that thing all day,
the time.
all day. But I think there's also a time where people want to put the screen down, to kind of move away from that and pick up something and have an experience that they're engaging with. It's a little different, right?
Sure.
And that's why we opted for the high quality paper. That's
the
why
cover.
there's the size that it is, the vibrancy of it. Is it's something that's immersive. I mean, one of the best stories was I heard from somebody. So the 106 Jefferson Hotel sells it in the lobby, and when we were restocking, one of the front reception staff, she said, "Oh yeah, we had some downtime, and I was looking through it, and I was reading it, reading some of the articles." And she goes, "I put it down, and I just felt great about living in Huntsville."
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I'm like, "Yes, that is exactly what."
That's what we want you to
That's
feel.
what we're doing, right? A magazine that just kind of reflects back how awesome the city is.
Yeah.
Yeah.